It's game day for your Lions football team. We get to have a chat with head coach Brian Glesing. Tonight is sectionals, and the Lions square off against another usual scrimmage partner, but now sectional foe, the Madison Cubs. Coach, thanks for meeting with me today.
It's great to be here. It's always good to come after a win.
Before we get into this week's matchup, we have to talk about last week's game against the team out west. What an incredible game. Okay, maybe not the whole game, but at least 3 quarters. How did you and your team weather a 7-22 first quarter and then come out after halftime with the ball but have to punt it away? Then the Senators scored again and went up 14-36.
I think we use the philosophy of just keep plugging away, keep doing what we do. I think our philosophy is just keep doing what we're doing. Good things will eventually happen. I really like the way our kids, didn't panic. Our coaches didn't. Nobody panicked. We just kept doing what we were doing. We thought we had a good game plan. Our kids executed it, and we finally got a few breaks to go our way this season. It always seemed like the breaks were going the other way all year long, and then in the third and fourth quarter, things started going our way. I thought our team was in better shape and better condition. And I thought we hit harder than them. And I think that's, as the game went on, I think we kind of wore them down a little bit.
What is going through your mind, and how did you and your coaching staff keep the team up?
It was just one of those things where they made 2 big plays early in the game, the 2 big long runs that kind of, put us down a little bit. But, we got that corrected. It was just one little thing that we were, one little small error that we were making, both coaching and playing wise, but we got it fixed. And then, like I said, I think the plan was there. We'd been moving the ball all night long. We kept getting some penalties here and there that would set us back, but we overcame them. And in the third and fourth quarter, I think our kids just believed in what they were doing, and momentum is a big thing.
How did the rain affect your play calling?
Really didn't affect us at all. I mean, we still do what we do. We want to be a power running team and do what we do. Obviously, I think the rain probably helped us a little bit. I think we handled it better than they did. But whether it was rain or good weather, I think it still would have been a great ending for us.
A lot of people believe that when it rains, the passing game is ineffective, but it seemed to help the Lions. Why was the passing game effective during the rain?
Well, we run a lot of play action passing. So when we do a lot of play action, the defense, the linebackers, and the secondary for our opponents have to honor our run game. And when you get your run game going real well, then they start peeking in the backfield and doing things like that, and forget about some of our guys that are on pass routes. So when our running game is going, our passing game is going to be going too because of the play action.
What were the positives that came out of the game?
Just a lot of, just a lot of things that were positive. I thought our demeanor, the way our kids, had a business-like attitude throughout the whole game, before the game, leading up to the game, after the game, was a huge reason for our success. I think, as we build this football program, the mental aspect is a big part of it. Rather, we talk about the physical aspect a lot of times in the weight room and things like that, but the mental aspect, how you prepare for a game, how you practice, how you get ready for a game. I think our kids are figuring that out, and I think we did a real good job of doing that and not worrying about all the trash talking and all that stuff with a big rivalry game. I think our kids, I told them, at the beginning of the week, the scoreboard will be the trash talking. Whoever, is at the end of the night, who's got the lead at the scoreboard at the end is going to be the one that gets the bragging rights. And it was pretty cool at the end of the game. We were able to take a picture of that scoreboard and show us on top.
Let's shift our attention to tonight's sectional game. Your team faces a 1-8 familiar team in the Madison Cubs. Last week, the Cubs were hammered by number 13 in 1A, Milan, 0-43. In fact, the Cubs haven't had a winning season in about 10 years and hasn't won a sectional game since 2014. How do you keep your team focused on the game tonight and not the history of the other team?
Yeah, I think everyone has told me, what a great draw we've had as far as the sectional goes. Well, Madison's thinking the same thing. They look at our record and say, oh, they're 2-7. This is one that they're going to win. So this is going to be their Super Bowl, I think, for them. They're going to go all in and try to do everything they can to beat us. We've just got to keep the momentum going. We've got to prepare like we did last week. We've got to have that mental aspect, getting ready for this game. The way we had it last week is where we were, not worrying about the other team, worry about us, take care of what we can do, and good things will happen.
So what are the Cubs doing well?
The Cubs do a good job. They want to run the football. They're kind of like us. They want to run the football a little bit. They've got two, three good playmakers. They've had some injuries these last couple weeks. Some of their guys haven't played, but they do run the ball well. They stick to what they do. They don't try to line up and out trick you. They just try to line up and get better at what they're doing. We just got to be better football players than them on Friday night.
We always talk about the things that you see out of your team at practices the week of the game. But let's shift our attention to what improvements they've made for the year. So what has your team improved throughout the year?
I think we've improved a lot of things. I think the way we practice, that's a very subjective thing, but the way we approach practice is a lot better than the way it was in day one or week one. I think we're tackling a lot better. We've got a new system of tackling that we utilize. We're tackling a lot better. I think the leadership is a lot better than what we've had. I think it's just it's grown, and anytime a new coach comes in, everything is you got some growing pains, and I think we're finally maybe getting out of those growing pains a little bit and getting to where we need to be.
Tonight's game isn't just another game, it's a sectional game. What makes this different from the rest of the games?
Well, throw the records out the window. There's whether it's football or basketball or baseball, whatever sport in Indiana, everybody gets to make the tournament. So just throw the records out the window. Anything can happen. Everybody's 0-0, and the idea is to just keep playing.
Club meeting and Mrs. Spalding are in the group presentation room. A booster club meeting in the group presentation room. Thank you.
What are the keys to victory for the Lions tonight?
I think the key is turnovers. Whoever makes the fewest turnovers is going to win. We've got to cut down on our penalties a lot, and I think the team that can run the ball best. We got to be able to run the ball and establish control of the line of scrimmage. I think that's going to be the big key. Both teams kind of want to do the same things, so whoever can do that is going to win the game.
And any final reset? Any final thoughts, Coach Glesing, for Lions Nation?
Yeah, I think I appreciate everyone's support, and things are getting there. It's obviously our record's not what it wants to be. It's 2-7, but we've had some close games, and I think we're playing our best football when you're supposed to be playing your best football, which is at the end of the season.
Thank you for speaking with me today, Coach, and we wish you all the best tonight against the Cubs. This has been Nick Ingram with the Salem Lions News Network. Go Lions.